If you guys are interested in being a member, then click the join button down below to check out the available perks. The first tier is only $1. Thank you to those of you who choose to join. What's up mod squad, welcome to another Division 2 build breakdown video. Before we get into the video, if you're already subscribed to me, then don't forget to smash that like button, as it really helps push our videos into the recommended section, which in turn helps the channel grow. Interaction is a big part of what helps us in the YouTube algorithm, and the extra support is very much appreciated. We also have that 500 like goal that we never miss here on the channel, so make sure to smash that like button and share this video to help other agents. In today's video, I'll showcase an easy to make tank DPS build for those of you who are returning to the game. This build will be easy to farm for, put together, and will help you steamroll through heroic content. It provides an insane amount of survivability and damage at an extremely fast rate. Without added buffs from Vindictive or Finisher, you can hit near 800k to the head of NPCs and 534k crits to the body. With Finisher and the Vindictive talent stacked together, you can hit 912k crits to the head and 756k to the body. And again, all this damage coming at the speed of 1200 RPM plus. Now for those of you who have been away for a while, in TU15 we got the new gear set Heartbreaker. Now although this gear set was built around assault rifles, the 4-piece is so good, much like Hunter's Fury, it can be used with other weapons and it's still extremely effective. This gear set along with Hunter's Fury are what I'd recommend for those of you who are getting back into the game, as they both provide insane amounts of damage and high survivability. I also recommend these two gear sets because they are both great for those of you who like to run a gun. For any of you who are interested in the Hunter's Fury version of this build, I'll drop some links to those builds in the description and comment section below. Now when it comes to keeping stacks with this build, once you gain them, they are not difficult to keep. To gain these stacks as fast as possible, like always when it comes to Heartbreaker or Striker, I'd recommend using a shotgun, preferably the ACS-12. There are 12 pellets in a single shot, which will allow you to gain max stacks a lot faster, as you've seen in the gameplay. Max stacks will give you 50% bonus armor and 50% damage to pulsed enemies. If you're using a chest piece, which we are, then those stats go up from 50 to 100. Pulsing enemies is easy, as it only requires a single headshot to pulse enemies for 5 seconds. Or you can use the Banshee Pulse, which you gain from the gunner specialization. Also, the Striker drone has the ability to pulse enemies as it shoots them in the head. Along with helping you pulse the enemies, the gunner spec will also boost DPS thanks to the added weapon handling when sitting still, and you'll gain 5% rate of fire boost on kill. Gunner will also add to your survivability thanks to the 10% armor on kill. This build has a base armor of 1.3 million and can reach way over 2 million with ease. The trick is, the more aggressive you play, the more survivability and damage you gain. Moving on to the weapon I'm using with today's build, that would be one of the highest DPS weapons in the game, being the Tactical Vector SBR 9mm. If you don't have this version of the Vector, the name Vector the Dark Winter is a good substitute. Now this SMG is one I'd recommend for those of you who really like to get up close and personal, but for those of you who don't want to play that aggressive, I recommend the SIG MPX with Killer, or the name SIG MPX to safety distance. Both SMGs do great damage, have a high rate of fire, and will also allow you to get easy kills in that 15 to 20 meter range, so you won't have to be right up in the enemy's face. This build is perfect for all heroic content, whether that's control points, bounties, or the summit, and is a lot of fun to use. I personally love using this when it comes to control points, and I can usually get a control point done in around 3 minutes flat. Now we spoke a little bit about the build and I'll showcase some of what it's capable of. Let's get into a quick build breakdown. Right guys, starting off with the primary weapon, we have the Tactical Vector SBR 9mm. As you can see, we have all max stacks, and the talent we are using is Killer. Killing an enemy with a critical hit grants 40% plus critical hit damage for 10 seconds. A talent that's easy to chain as long as you're continuously killing. Looking at the attachments, we have 5% crit chance on the scope, 5% crit chance on a laser pointer, 5% crit chance on the suppressor, and the magazine gives us the extra 20 rounds. Moving on to our secondary, which is the ACS-12. This is going to help us gain our Heartbreaker stacks a lot faster. We have 5% weapon handling on the scope and 10% accuracy on the vertical grip. Looking at the talent, we have Vindictive. Killing an enemy with a status effect applied grants you and your allies within 15 meters 15% critical hit chance and 15% critical hit damage for 20 seconds. Easy talent to use, stun them with the Banshee Pulse, get a kill, and you'll gain this extra damage. Moving on to the sidearm, and this you can stack along with the Vindictive talent, so one on top of the other. We have the named Orbit Pistol, 20% reload speed on the drum, and 10% accuracy on the sight. And the talent we have is Perfect Finisher. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of killing an enemy grants 35% critical hit chance and 40% critical hit damage for 15 seconds, 5 seconds short of the Vindictive buff. Moving on to the gear pieces now, guys, starting off with the Heartbreaker mask. As you can see, we have 15% assault rifle damage and 50% LMG damage, which won't apply to this build, but it doesn't matter because the 4-piece is so strong. We also gain 15% weapon handling from the 3-piece. That also is going to help with the terrible accuracy of some of these SMGs that we're using. We have 15% weapon damage, 6% critical hit chance, and 12% critical hit damage via a mod. Moving on to our chest piece, we have max armor at 170k, 12% critical hit damage, 12% critical hit damage via a mod. And then we have the max BP and talent, increases max stats from Heartstopper from 50 to 100. Moving on to our holster, we have 15% weapon damage and 12% critical hit damage. Our knee pads are the Fox Prayer knee pads. The main reason we're using these is because we get the 8% damage to targets out of cover, which is more applicative damage. We have 15% weapon damage, 8% damage to targets out of cover, and 12% critical hit damage. Moving on to our gloves, we have 170k armor with 12% critical hit damage. And finally, the Memento backpack, giving us 3 cores, 15% weapon damage, 170k armor and 1 skill tier. And then we have 12% critical hit damage via mod and the kill confirmed talent. For those of you who do not have the Memento backpack, then I recommend a Grupo Sombra or a Fenris backpack, and then use the Vigilance talent. This talent goes very well with this build because when you have bonus armor, it stacks over your base armor, so when you take damage while having bonus armor, you don't lose the Vigilance talent. Moving on to the skills, and this is a build that doesn't require a shield, so don't forget to smash that like button. We have the Striker drone, which is going to help push enemies as well, because for some reason when it shoots them in the head, they light up. We have 7.5% duration, 10% health, and then 4.8% damage. Moving on to my favourite skill in the game, the Banshee Pulse. We have 15% radius on that mod and 15% effect duration on that mod. And that is pretty much it for the build, guys. I'm going to move on to the stat sheet now. I'm not going to talk through it. Let me know what you think about this build in the comment section below. A pretty basic and easy build to make for any of you who are returning to the game. A lot of fun to use, gets you through content really fast. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button to help us reach that 500 like goal. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Mob Squad.
Shit! It's a trap!